Hi everyone, Murdoch here. Hope you're well. Lovely sunny day, very, very wet underfoot. So I won't be hitting any balls, I don't think, here. Course shouldn't really be open. But anyway, it's beautiful, isn't it? Blue sky, lovely sun. Look at the leaves, the colour's amazing. Anyway, I digress. So, welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to talk about weight shift. Now, a lot of people overlook this. And again, there's other factors here. I'm going to talk about the weight shift, how it pertains to a weekend golfer, your average golfer, the 99% of you that play. Tour players, people that are very dynamic, long hitters, people that use pressure plates will get different feedback than what I'm going to explain now. But basically, keeping it as simple as we can for you to strike the ball as well as you can, a lovely compressed ball turf based on your limitations, based on the fact that you're playing once a week, probably not practicing as much as you should. This is the basic concept of how the weight works in the swing, okay? So, firstly, understand the fact that the swing as a summary is a load clear. So just keeping that in your mind to begin with, a load clear. So the loading part, the backswing, we've got to create some kind of wind. So the way the weight works, that's a bit of a tongue twister. The way the weight works in the backswing is we have to create a load point. And this is why I'm really quite clear, and I find it a very important factor, is setting up so you've got a load point on the inside of that right foot. You're setting up with a little hip bump forward, feeling the spine tilt, right hand lower on the club. Now in this position, when you're looking at yourself here, the right knee and instep is where it happens, because the right knee and right hip are just above the instep of the right foot. This is your load point. So as you make a turn now in the backswing, as you make a turn, you'll feel pressure building, weight building on the inside of this right foot. You'll get to about here and it becomes hard work. You're loading, you're winding. The momentum of the shaft and club head pulls you to the top. So weight will be favoring the right side, but not a vast amount. I'm going to say about 60-65%. It's not as much as people might think. It's a number that's just feeling more favorable. There's more weight there. You've loaded. Just keep it as a summary. Don't overthink it. How much, is it 50%? Is it 70, 75? It differs on the shot type that you want to hit as well. So just keep it simple. Load into the right knee and instep. Get that right hip turning so you have something to unwind. So at the backswing's a load favoring the right side. Now for the downswing, we go straight to impact, because I want to sow this seed with you again as well. So impact position. So you're addressing the ball now, and I want to ask you, where do you think, in order to get a lovely ball turf strike, where do you think the weight should be? Well, it's not going to stay on the right side, is it? We're not going to stay back here. Not with an iron shot. There's a high risk of hitting the ground here or topping. So we're not going to stay back here. And we've all seen that golfer on the range that stays back there. So if you, now with a driver, you can see, I'm going to answer that question that someone might write down below. I hit my driver well doing that. Well, can you see how you can get away with a driver when it's pegged up forward in your stance? Because there's a natural upswing. So you will have moderate success, but you won't be able to hit your irons at all, and the driver will lack distance. So back to that question I posed to you. Where would you be at impact for a ball turf strike? So it's not going to be back here. So you're now going to think, right, well, ball and then the ground, well, I've got to be here. But we want to do it without leaning in, because that changes the path of the club. That's the over the top move, isn't it? That's the diggy one, the punch, the shot that will start left and stay left. or you do it with an open face and it slices to the right. So for us to hit the ball straight down our target line, straight down our feet line, we need to rotate the hips. Now you can feel the importance of why we loaded on the instep. Because in the downswing, the weight comes off. You feel pushing off with that instep, and this is where it gets a little bit more athletic sounding. So the pressure plates and the pros and the big hitters, or if you're a good player watching this, you can understand where I'm going here. There is a pushing off element, but if you stick with where do you want to be at impact, the weight will be favoring that left side. So the club hits the ball and then the ground afterwards. So again, I do drills. The plumb bob drill is one to demonstrate that feeling where your weight comes off the instep as the left hip turns in the downswing, to feel as if you can strike down on the ball with the ground second. So weekend golfers, think load, clear. Because the momentum of the club swinging down and through towards the target, the weight comes off that instep as the left hip turns through to the target. Why we finish in this position. And then the weight is right over on the edge of the left foot. It's right over on the edge of the left foot. Don't keep it flat. It will restrict the hip turn. Let it turn through. So you load on the instep and clear to get as much as you can onto the left side. You commit to the strike to get ball turf. To feel the dynamic aspect that I spoke of briefly in here, which might have sounded a little complicated, you can place your driver. This is a 7-iron, ideally something a little bit longer in the shaft, or a broom handle. I want you to set up in the good position and feel the load clear. Now make sure you're not leaning in, okay? I want you to focus on yourself in the mirror when you first do this, to keep a turning around the spine concept. You're loading and clearing. This is where you can feel you're a little bit more dynamic, because your left hip goes behind you and you can feel the pushing off of the right foot. So pushing off means that there's weight there, obviously, because you're pushing. But I don't want you to think of weight there. It's leaving that right side and going to the left. So to summarize this for the weekender, think load, clear. Load, clear. And if you're ever confused, start at the address and put yourself in impact. And you can see then that in order for that ball turf strike, we need to be turned on that left side. Hope this helps. A little bit complicated, perhaps, so watch it twice. Load clear summarizes it, and you can play some great golf. Hope you liked the video. Please put a thumbs up if you did. I welcome your comments down below. And please subscribe for more videos. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.